Hi Mayank, thank you for joining us today.
No issues, tell me.
Congratulations on scoring 99.91 percentile in CAT 2020.
Thank you very much. Credit goes to you as well.
Thank you. Firstly, can you tell us about your preparation journey when you started preparing for CAT and all that?
Well, I have graduated in BCom honors and I've been
Okay,
pursuing CFA together simultaneously. So, my first attempt in CAT was in 2017.
okay,
In that year, I had scored 96.91, and then I appeared for it in 2018 when I ended up with 98.2.
okay,
This year gave me an advantage due to lockdown. I
okay,
got more time to prepare as there was less pressure on work side as well on CA and CFA preparation as they were on hold.
right,
I started as early as April.
okay,
I purchased few mock test series, including CrackQ,
great,
and then I started with the basics from April, and my basics were over by mid-July. And then I was more focused towards sectionals and mock tests. Well, I purchased the mock tests and the sectional tests. They were really helpful, especially the QA part. The QA section was more or less like CAT this year.
right.
And the explanation videos were also very good. They were very helpful. And rest was sectionals were very good,
Okay.
but the passages were good. The resources were very good.
Right. So you are a working professional. You're also pursuing CA. So and you gave CAT 2020. So how did you manage all these things? Like how many hours a day were you able to put for your preparation?
Well, I had no such plans of, I mean, like allocating exact hours or some static kind of routine.
Okay.
But as I said, this year was gave me an advantage because of lockdown. Like CFA L2 exams got deferred to 2021, so that preparation was on hold. In fact, it's still on hold.
Okay.
And even CA finals, I was supposed to appear in last May, but that exam also got cancelled, and it clashed with CAT this year in 2020, so I couldn't appear for it. I was also diagnosed. Actually, my whole family was diagnosed with corona in mid-October.
Oh.
So it
Okay.
took 1 month to recover. So it was not possible for me to appear for both the exams simultaneously. So I had to drop CA exams in 2020. I'll be appearing for it in May 21. But that gave me sufficient time to prepare for CAT.
Right.
One thing about motivation I would like to point out is to whoever who is going to appear for CAT next time, have a strong peer group. I have seen that because they will be there to bring you up when the mock scores are not going well, and maybe some personal reasons or maybe professional reasons when you are off, when you did not have a good day. I think having a strong peer group really helps a lot. So I was added to few groups like on Pagal Guy, I was added to UDT.
Okay.
The peer group was so strong. They always used to give us great inputs. I used to get from there. But one of my favorite group of one personal group where we were four friends. I, Sagar, Gaurav, Siddharth. So we had purchased the same mock test series, be it CrackU or any other variant. We had purchased the same thing. So it became easy for us to take the test and then discuss it among all of us.
Right.
And we all scored. We all are having calls from the top B schools, ABCL. C is still yet to come,
Right.
but others are already there with them. That group really helped me a lot. Like when I used to see two-digit scores in the new pattern, when I saw the first two-digit score in the new pattern, I really got very demotivated. But these friends, some of them scored lower than me, some of them scored 10 to 20 marks more than me. But they were all always there to help me and support me. They always lifted the mood up. I think motivation is having a strong peer group. It
Okay.
really helps a lot. Actually, my major part of preparation got over before I was diagnosed with it.
Okay.
However, I had to keep some revision sessions with my friends, which I kept after Diwali because of Corona. After Corona, I did not prepare much. In fact, I gave up completely on it.
Okay.
I just wrote two mock tests in November, and I focused more towards my calm and peacefulness of for mind. Because in 2018, I had panicked in my DILR section,
Okay.
and that had completely, I mean, that was what was actually detrimental to that year for my exam. So this year I decided to keep calm throughout the paper, no matter how difficult the questions come. I had adopted this practice of meditation every day for about 10 to 15 minutes. One of my mentors, Soham, had advised me to do it,
Okay.
and it was really very helpful. And especially after that Diwali, those 14 days between Diwali and CAT exam, I focused more towards that. In fact, I used to go out with my friends and chill, and I was more towards just brushing up the basics. I did not take lots of pressure during that time.
Right. So can you tell us how many mocks you gave and how many hours you spend on analyzing each mock?
I did not keep a count this time, but it should be around 35, 40. And the major part of it was completed before the new pattern was announced. In the new pattern, I appeared for about 5 mocks, I guess, in which 3 were good, 2 were really very demotivating. So it did. At one point of time, I was feeling if I should attempt or not.
How did you handle that?
Well, I took a lot of sectionals after that.
Okay.
During the October, I mean, from 1st to 15th October, I focused more towards sectionals and past papers, past mock tests actually, to be precise. And in QA, what I felt was QA was I was a little handy in QA because I focused more towards smart work and tricks. My basics were clear because I had scored 99.64 in QA last time also, so QA was not much of an issue. However, what made it more, what enhanced my skill in QA was I used to solve past mock test papers rather than focusing on one single chapters. I did not go chapter by chapter at a time. I focused because 34 questions from different chapters, they gave you better exposure than solving 100 sums of one single chapter.
Right.
Because in CAT, you have to handle 34 different questions. And what plays a major role here is selection of questions. Banking on the easier ones first and then gradually improving your difficulty level. That's how it goes. So I focused more towards the strategic part.
Right.
And then my gradually improved again.
Great. So what was the weakest section for you and how did you handle that? What was the strategy in that?
Well, it was VRC.
Okay.
I had started with 84.82 percentile when I had appeared for the first time. And the second attempt, it was 94 percentile.
Okay.
This year, I read a lot of journals. Enormous. I mean, it was just too much for me, too much of reading for me. Like opinion pages of New York Times, Economist, these were really helpful. Other than that, I don't think, I think reading plays the major role. Once you start reading, the half of the work is done in VRC.
Right. So can you tell us the strategy you followed in each section? Like
for VRC, I didn't do much of any other thing. I just read but whenever I did read, I made sure that my phone was on silent mode or on DND.
okay.
Because you need to focus, you need to comprehend what you are reading. Otherwise, it's all in vain.
Right.
I mean, you can read a newspaper every day, but that won't be helpful to you unless you are trying to comprehend what each line says to you. So that became a habit for me. I gave 1 to 2 hours to reading daily. For DILR, I practiced from past CAT papers from 1995 to 2007. It was easily available on Cracky website.
Right.
For QA, as I said, I focused more towards solving 34 different kind of sums. In fact, I used to solve 2 sectionals every day. So basically 68 different kind of sums rather than solving 100 sums of one chapter every day. That really helped me because more or less all the concepts got brushed up every day. So that was very helpful. And I scored 99.88 in QA.
Great. So can you tell us how was your CAT day? Like, did it go as per your strategy? How were you prepared for that?
In fact, it was very interesting.
Okay.
Because I had attempted 20 questions in VRC, and in the first 13 minutes, when I checked the timer and the attempts, it was showing 3 attempts.
Okay.
I believe this must have happened with most of the other guys, but the key was not to panic.
Right.
Okay, because I knew that my preparation. If you are writing CAT, the first thing you need to be sure of, you need to be confident of is just trust your preparation. You have done enough of preparation. And when you are writing CAT, what you are feeling, 2 lakh other aspirants are feeling the same thing. So I knew that if I am having 3 attempts here after doing so much of work, other aspirants are going through the same phase. So that gave me that was more like a motivational booster to me at that point of time. And the rest 28 minutes, I focused on speed and comprehending things faster, and it paved my way for the VRC section.
Right.
And similar thing happened with me in DILR. First 18 minutes and 4 attempts.
Okay.
I attempted 14 in CAT. So the next 22 minutes were Rush Hour 3. And for QA, for QA from very early stages, I used to do this. I used to check my timer and attempts after every 5 minutes.
Okay.
So after first 10 minutes, when I realized that there were only 3 attempts, I realized that the paper is really difficult. I was in slot 2, most difficult in that slot. So I knew that this paper is difficult. And if it is difficult for me, it is definitely very difficult for others. So that I handled it accordingly, and I knew that 19 to 20 attempts in this paper would be very good.
Right. So according to you, what was that most important thing that helped you improve your scores?
Well, you need to be focused. Like I had calls from MDI, SPJ, and IIM Kozhikode 2018,
Okay.
but my target B school is Calcutta or Lucknow, one of the from ABCL. I did not lose focus throughout. It was difficult for me to attempt again, convince everyone to appear again and write CAT again. But once you do that, once you compromise with something, I think it gives you more of energy to do it, to achieve it. The first point is focus. Second is, I would like to say, a strong peer group. It is really very helpful. It should be there, I feel. Third should be good amount of mock tests and sectional tests in your hand.
Right.
TrackQ gave me at very reasonable prices, 1250 for 15 and for 15 sectionals of each section and 15 mock tests. I don't think it's available for any other variant. The rest was good only. I used to write mocks and analyze it, because writing mocks are very important. In the 3-hour pattern, I think this year it will again come back to 3-hour pattern. You get exposed to 100 questions every day, and those 100 questions, you get lots of learning from them. Like if you are able to solve 50, the other 50 are new to you. The other 50 which become new to you, they are really, I mean, you learn 50 new concepts basically. So I think writing and analyzing mocks are enough. Just work on your basics for first 2 months, and the rest is writing and analyzing mocks.
Brilliant. Finally, are there any tips that you want to give the future CAT aspirants?
Well, stay focused. I'd like to say, if it's possible for you, spare 15 to 20 minutes for meditation. It really helps a lot, because it may happen that you are scoring 99, 100 in mock test, and every other mock you are scoring 99 plus. But on the D day, due to pressure, you might end up panicking. And I know what it feels like when you panic and the section goes just doesn't go your way. It really feels bad, because 1 year of preparation is not an easy task to do. You have to compromise and sacrifice a lot of things. Try to meditate. It's very important. Rest, I think, hard work. The main hard work is during the first 2 months when you're new to the course. You need to work on the basics. Everything seems new. But once you are done, and one more thing, what I generally see is, even I did this in 2017.
Okay.
When I started my preparation, I felt like I was unable to complete the syllabus. But if you see to it, CAT does not have any syllabus. There is no such defined syllabus for CAT. Okay, you just know that few chapters are there. Anything can come from there. So you just work on the basics for first 2 months, and if everything is not done, you did not know everything. You will learn new things once you start writing mocks and analyze them. So I think after July, you should start writing mocks and start analyzing them. Rest will be done. I don't think it's that major an issue.
Great. Thank you so much, Mayank. Thank you so much for your valuable insights.
No, that's fine.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.